serious issue. And without consultation and without the consent of the shareholder. Your Lordships, what my submissions are. Whereas your Lordships must assume as a given that capital and influence go hand in hand. In fact, under the very concept of a market economy, capital symbolizes power. And it may be in any sector of the economy, as it is in politics. The more capital you have, the more power you have. That's number one. Point number two, the electoral process must be such that it must provide a level playing field to all participants. Fair and free elections, or free and fair elections, is the basic structure of the Constitution. Concept number two.
Just a second. Yes.
Concept number three, the moment you allow the corporate sector to donate, whether with transparency or without transparency, I'll come to that a little later, it is inconsistent with the concept of a corporate sector which is in the business of doing business. You have a memorandum of association which tells you what the objects of the corporation are. The shareholders put in their money to ensure that the corporation functions within the framework of the memorandum of association. Now you give the power through an amendment of this nature to allow shareholders' money to be used inconsistent with the memorandum of the association. It's a very serious issue. And without consultation and without the consent of the shareholder. Under which law, well, then I ask myself this question, can this ever be allowed? I buy shares in a company. It may be listed, it may not be listed.
But just one caveat, Mr. Sibal, which is that we are not here on the challenge to the legality of a law providing for corporate donations per se. That wider issue is not before.
No, I agree. But
for the reason that's what Justice Chagla flagged, Chief Justice Chagla flagged even in 1958. He said there should be no corporate donation, but we are not really dealing with that.
So I'm not on that.
Really into that area at all, because 293 anyway allowed.
Well, I'm not on that. So, I'm on a wider on
what you said in the latter part of your formulation, without the consultation and the approval of the shareholders.
That's the point. Yes. That's the point. That's why I said.
Otherwise, the broader philosophical perspective that allowing corporate donations is really permitting some form of quid pro quo.
No, Malad, I'm not on that, because my learned friend
has argued that broad area here, because in that sense, the moment we accepted 293, our society legitimized corporate quid pro quo.
Malad, Malad,
but there is an element of quid pro quo the moment you have corporate
exactly, but there's no doubt about it.
I mean,
that's why
a large public limited company who makes a donation doesn't give it for charity.
Exactly.
Or for for
that's why I said capital and influence are Siamese twins.
So we shouldn't really in that.
I'm not going there, Malad. I'm not. That's why I said that what you're doing in this process is that you are allowing through the electoral bond process to not inform the shareholder as to how his money is going to be spent. Right? And that's a very serious issue because he is invested in the company, not for the purposes of donating to X and Y. That's the third concept. The fourth is even more important. This is nothing to do with electoral bonds, if you ask me. It is donation to a political party to use the funds as they like. The nomenclature suggests electoral bonds means this is for the purposes of the election. There is nothing in the scheme. There is nothing in the scheme which connects the donation made to the participation in the electoral process. Nothing. It is a means for political parties to be enriched. Why do I say that? I make a donation of 10 crores to a political party through an electoral bond. The political party opens a current account and 10 crores goes into that account. Now that political party can actually give that money to the mainstream media channel and say, you propagate my ideology. Or give a present to somebody. Or do what you want to do with it.
There are no spending requirements.
None, zero. That's the most serious issue. Because you can spend this money any way you like. You can build your offices. You can build your offices all over the country with that money. You can set up a whole internet network throughout the country with that money. You can use advertising campaign for whatever you like with that money. Show your face 20 times a day. And see the nexus. The corporate sector gives money to the political party. The political party and the corporate sector owns a media house. Just look at the nexus. The corporate donor owns the media house. The corporate donor gives it to the political party. The political party uses the media house